Hey, what's up YouTube? Hisoka here with another Transformers video figure, I guess review or whatever this time. As you can see, I'm putting together Devastator. And I've got them already in vehicle mode to make it a little easier. And I think we're gonna start with the legs. So let's push these four back and bring these two forward. And yeah, we're gonna start with Scrapper and Mixmaster, I believe. All right, so for Scrapper, you want to take this little clip piece here, if I can even get my fingers in there, which I can't because the camera's on. You want to pull it up, and I'm gonna go ahead and bring it down. You're gonna want to clip it into place like so, and then you're just gonna pull this back like so. Then you're going to untab the arms. Once you've untabbed them, you will rotate them like so, and then tab them back into place. And then you will take the hands, okay, and then you're going to want to, no, you're going to bring it down and around like so, down and around like so, and then you're going to spin the arms like so, and the last part is pull out, well, second to last part, pull out the fists like so, and the final part of this is to just simply tilt this back a little bit here, and then split the legs like so. Just like that. And that is it for Scrapper's part of the transformation. And now next, we've got Mixmaster. All right, let's loosen these tabs and then just bend the arms. Like so. Come around to here. And I believe you open right here, like so. Take this panel here, bring it down, tab in like so. Open these panels up, like so that you can bring these panels up and plug them in, and then plug these into place like so. And the final part for now, until we finish with Devastator, is to just open this panel up like so. And there you go. That is the leg of Devastator. Next, we will work on, I guess, the body, which probably should be next, and then that way we can connect the legs. So, Hook and Long Haul shall be our next victims. Remove their weapons, like so. Put these off to the side. I should mention that the transformation for Long Haul is actually easier in robot mode, so that's why I took a moment to transform him back into his robot mode. And now we'll start with transforming him into his combiner mode. All right, we'll start with the hands, pulling them inwards. And then you're going to want to take the arm and turn it backwards. No. Yes. Well, actually, not a full backwards, but turn it so that you can tab this piece into this piece. Like so. And then flip it and rotate it so that, again, this piece plugs into here. So far, he looks like this. All right. Go ahead and untab this, put this out of the way, and then come around here to the legs and just kind of pull the whole thing back and let it snap into place, like so. And then you can hook the legs together so that it looks all like this right now. All right, so let's start off with unhooking the hands. Flip in the hand, unhook the hand, flip in the hand. Then you're going to want to take this whole piece up. And then what you're going to do is you're going to untab and slide it down. So now it's flush, like so. The next part is a little bit more tricky. First, you want to lift Devastator's head, and then there's double hinges to where you'll split and widen. Come on. Like so. All right, and then next you take this side and you tab them together like so. And then I believe you can just bring Devastator's head down because it's a tab. No, maybe not. Hang on. Are they not lined up yet? Right? No, there's two tabs that are in here that you should. So there's this tab here and this tab here, and I believe they plug into here and here. But they don't want to play nice. It's just that these tabs just don't like to play nice with each other. Good old Hasbro. And their tabs of doom. There we go. Had to really apply some pressure to get the tab down. And then you rotate his head, which is nice and smushed in. And then you got to bring his head out. Oh, and then I just noticed the tab's trying to come undone. And you just pull his head out like so. And I believe you just re-tab it. Now that his head's fully out. See? Like that. All right, and the final part of his transformation is to get out the tabs that are going to be needed to connect. And once again, there we go. A little bit easier than I expected. There's one. And then over here, I believe you can lift up, rotate out, put down. I believe they should just tab right back in. Oh, wait, there it is. Is it? Yep, there it is. Oh, and I missed a step. with this piece, you do want to put it back up and back into place like so, and then come down to here and pull that piece out, and then you're ready for combination. All right, next is this piece, and you'll start by pulling this up all the way back, I believe, and then you collapse everything like so. Like that so far. I think you can see what we're gonna get at here. Have this piece in like so. Connect this piece together like so. So this is what we're looking at now. All right. Lift up the hip pieces. I guess they're skirts, or would they be the hip skirt? I don't know what you want to call them. Rotate what's going to be its legs down like so. Then you could flip the panels back down like that. All right, and now the next part of transformation is to grab our long haul, and this underpiece here goes into here. And also make a note that the these pieces here are going to connect into that. Let's see if it's going to want to play, or am I going to have issues? Because, as you know, when the camera is on, there we go. When the camera is on, but looks like not a problem this time around. Like that, like that, like so. Next part of transformation is Hook, who has multiple points, including here, 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 and here. So let's hope that everything lines up the way it should. I don't expect it to because the camera is on, but theoretically, theoretically, everything should go into place. It looks like it's doing that. That tabs into that. Oh, nope, don't want to pop that out. That is not something we want to do. There we go. This tab is a little loose. Loosey-goosey. Yes, I did say loosey-goosey, like an old person. Okay. And that is the current state of our Devastator. All right, and now we will put him off to the side, and we will work on our arms, Bone Crusher, and Scavenger. And we'll start with Boney, Mr. Bone Crusher. And I know for a fact that we start with the legs which I believe is just we start by splitting them. Oh, and he's already coming undone a little bit. One moment. There we go. And then from there, pull this piece out, like so. And then which foot is it? I believe it's this foot that you're going to turn. And then there's a tab here that you pull out, like this. And then you're just going to reconnect the arms, or the legs, like this. And then I believe this piece connects to here, like so. Just like that. This is what we got so far. And then I'm trying to remember. I'm trying to remember if you want it like this or like this. I think it's, no, it's got to be, I think it's like this, because I think it's its elbow. Yeah. It's going to look like that. And then you can start bringing in the arm pieces for the arm, or the hand, I guess you could say. Usually, I believe it's going to be into something like this. Unless I have the arms. I might have the arms or the hands in the wrong way, but you'll flip it out like so. You'll have this piece looking like this, and then it should be just a matter of this little inside piece here plugging into this here. I think it looks like that. All right, let's bring the Devastator back in, and this piece here is just gonna, this is gonna just slide. It's gonna slide right on, like so. Then I believe there's a tab when it gets all the way down, because it's not all the way down. Don't think, yeah. One moment. There we go. Because there's a little tab point here that'll plug into the tread like that. And then you've got Devastator's arm, like so. And now we will do Scavenger and get him ready. All right. With Scavenger, kind of like Bone Crusher, you have to split the legs. I'm just trying to remember which direction they were in. There we go, like so. There's going to be a tab here that you bring up, and then you rotate this piece inward. And then this whole thing here comes up. And I believe this piece comes here. Oh, I forget. You should have this piece fully collapsed as well. You don't want to have that get bent on accident. This piece goes all the way up. And I believe you rotate it this way. And then the legs will collapse in again like Bone Crusher, where you'll tab this piece in to here, I believe. If you can get it to do so. Because, you know, reasons. Oh, it helps for one if the feet are fully closed. So it should look something like that. And now, if I'm not mistaken, because it goes like that, should just be able to take the hand, which has the same port on the inside, and I believe it actually might be turned like this, because then you go in here, and it should just plug in like so, because that's just going to slide down, and then you'll have to turn the fist. So I believe it's something like that. Devastator back in, and slide scavenger down like so. And let me see if there's a tab like the other one. There is a tab back here to tab into place to hold that in. And just need to, I feel like I've gotten something on wrong, but maybe I'm good. Did the hands come out? Yeah, so the fist opens like so. So for Scrapper, there's a sliding part here where this panel here slides in all the way down, and then you should allow this piece to plug into here, and they should tab into place like so. Should recombine, I believe. I hope. I hope. I hope. I hope. I hope. I think they're supposed to, but mine is not snapping together. And then with Mixmaster, he's got the backside here will slide in to place like so. And I believe you just take this piece and plug it in here. Yep. Just like that. I'm just wondering, though, if this part of... There it is. Okay. Mixmaster definitely sturdier than Scavenger side. But that being said, we've still got some pieces to put together. So, yeah, it is not doing its thing. Oh, you know what? This piece also came undone. That might be why. Piece that's supposed to lock into place. There you go. Still not as sturdy as I thought it would be. Not a fan of that, given how big this big boy is and how hefty he is. Kind of expected to be a little bit sturdier. All right, so the chest piece should fly out of your hand. Once you put it together, it should plug in like so. There should be a piece that plugs in there. And then, I might have got it this time. Like so. And then I believe his gun technically plugs into there. And you can close his, I guess close his fist back up. Since you're not technically holding the gun in his hands, there's like a plug for it. But, yeah. Devastator. Hooray! He's a big, big boy. Yeah. And I mean, he looks good. Don't get me wrong. He looks very good. I just don't like how some of the pieces connect. Like I said, the gun plugs into there and not into here. So that's a little lame. And then also, kind of not sure what to do with their weapons. I could maybe plug onto his body, I guess. But yeah. There is his backside. There is, you know, backpack syndrome. but it is what it is. All in all, I think it's a very cool combiner compared to the other combiners with the skeletal structure, whereas this is kind of neat how this is done. So yeah, that is the Studio Series 86 Constructicons combined into Devastator. What a big chunky boy. Hope you've enjoyed. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one. Bye-bye.